favorite homegirl, Mellow. And I'm here with the one and only
2 double C's in the house.
And we have the pleasure of interviewing the phenomenal, the funny, the hilarious BDaht himself.
Double B in the house. Double B, double C, double D. What's up?
Gangsters.
Gang, gang.
For those of you who don't know, BDaht, tell them a little bit about yourself and your respective university that you graduated from.
This one, Winston Salem State University. Okay, the best in North Carolina.
Let them know.
Okay.
University. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I'm around, man. And I'm just happy to be home. I got my house shoes on. I'm comfortable. I done let gas go in this chair about a good 3 times, which lets you know this one is mine.
Okay.
You can pretty much put this car. You can put this seat on the highway and it'll drive because it's been filled with some gas.
I love that.
You understand?
Yeah.
Take that with you. Okay? So you got it that time.
See, I got it that
Earlier
time.
I did that. She thought it was a microphone.
These are
Those are on the outtakes.
You know, just that acting that's going on in front.
Absolutely.
You know.
No, but seriously, man, like I graduated from Winston Salem State. Hey, man, do I have to say when I graduated? It's
you
so long ago.
necessarily.
It was 2006.
Okay.
But the thing is, I had a great time. Okay, and I enjoyed it here, man. I loved it, man. Like I was in Brown before it was co-ed, but it was still co-ed.
Okay.
You know, walk of shame. Put your hoodie on. Ooh.
holding your shoes in your hand.
Talk about you was studying, girl. The library ain't over there. You wasn't studying, child. You know what you was doing.
He cutting up. He's been cutting up since he got here.
No, man, seriously, I just like having a good time, man. Like, I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm honestly, for real, just keeping it above. For those, there's a lot of people that just know the story of BDaht, and just to, honestly, just to be back home and just to feel this comfortable at the crib, like, I can't even tell y'all how happy I am. Like, this is just super dope.
I have to hit my insecure for you. Gross. Okay.
I have to watch it. I promised Cee Cee that I will watch Insecure the entire season before the homecoming show, the comedy show, on the 24th.
And we're gonna converse about it.
And we are gonna converse about it. I'm talking about it on stage.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's gonna let you know that I've watched it.
Exactly. I think that you're gonna connect mostly to Lauren. You know, because every man can relate to his situation.
Lawrence.
Lawrence, it's the boyfriend. Well, it's the boyfriend.
But I think he's gonna have a great perspective on Issa too.
Really?
And some parts gonna be like, dang, why she doing that? Why you doing that? But you're gonna be able to relate.
I saw it was one scene where she was performing sexually on him, and he didn't warn her, and she got upset or something. Did that happen?
Oh, that happened. Was that season? That's the new season. Yeah.
How many seasons behind am I?
It's 2 seasons.
It's 2.
Oh, I gotta watch both seasons?
Yeah.
Once you start watching, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, you can't stop. So I'm ready.
I guarantee the first. I guarantee the first season. Yeah.
We can talk about it.
Thank you, Cee Cee.
So what we really want to dive in and talk about is the comedy show, the FFCS.
Yes.
Can you tell us, like, how did that all come about? Like, what was the inspiration behind that to get it where it is today?
5 broke brothers trying to get paid. So that was, I promise, that was the reality, man. Like, for real. I've been doing radio for a long time, the 102 Jams, and I knew that, well, my managers at the time told me that I needed to do stand-up if I wanted to get to television. Which is something I've always wanted to do. So I knew I had to do stand-up, but I didn't really want to do the typical stand in front of a room and do 30 minutes. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be the guy traveling from comedy clubs all the time. It's boring. I didn't want that life. So I went to one of my folks' 50s crib, and at the time, 50 was just a street pharmacist. You understand? So we was over his crib, just enjoying ourselves as street pharmacists and friends do. And with that being said, we just came up with some ideas of a show that we could put together. And you know, it was a lot of stuff, a lot of trial and error that happened with the show, but finally we got this product of Brand, Bean, Drankins, and myself. And 50 is a writer. He also does stand-up too. He'll perform at the show. Charles, our manager, big shout to my brother Jay Lee. He was just my promoter type figure. And with that movement, we started that back in 2009. And the goal from that, man, was just to travel the country, just doing comedy and getting paid for it on some level at some point. And we thought about it like, yo, we all come from HBCU. Me and Bean, of course, went to some state. Brand and Drankins, they came from A&T. So like, yo, what if we went to HBCUs and just did our shows? You know what I'm saying? We can relate to them. And the first school to ever book us was Winston Salem State.
That's what's up.
Ever, man. I'm talking about, like, we would come, like, Shalee and Theo, they would have us over here. Like, it felt like once a month. It felt like once a month we'd be right in the Thompson Center, right upstairs, doing shows, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like those moments though, those really gave us our chops. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like sometimes it might be 250 kids in there, sometimes it might be 30 people in there. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what's going on the weekend. But we still, and anybody that was there can vouch. Like we still gave a show as if it was 3,000 people there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still had a great time. It was good energy every single time. Even Shalee would even feed us at the end sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she's always the plug. Always. So from there, man, we just been blessed. We hit a couple NACAs and got to go to different colleges all over the country, man. And here we are 8 years later, man. And,
that's crazy.
And it's really something that is not done in black comedy a lot in black comedy. You know what I'm saying? You don't see groups that's hanging like this. You know what I'm saying? The closest thing you might see to this is like Kevin Hart and the Plastic Cup Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like, but a group that comes with the power that we come and the presence that we come individually, and then we all come together. And then the show is different. Like, you'll see on the 24th, like, we do stand up, but it's real crowd interactive. Like, we play a bunch of crowd interactive improv games and stuff. Like, we love people coming on stage and having fun with us. This one we added, Shalee went and he hooked up with Conceited, so Conceited's gonna be there, and we got some tricks up our sleeves for him. Child, if he get $1 for every time he got one of them, that one will never have to work again. I see you, Con. He gonna come, listen, let me tell you what Con is gonna come up here. You're gonna have a hat on, and some jewelry. Yeah. You have a jersey. You have some shoes you never seen before.
Okay.
You got some jeans, they're either gonna be acid washed or they're gonna have a bunch of rips and stuff on them. And all his tattoos are gonna be shown.
That's all I like.
That's gonna be Conceited, guaranteed.
That's his tattoos.
That's his wardrobe. That's his outfit. That's his costume. I'm going as Halloween. I'm going as Conceited. Absolutely.
You already got it set.
You know what I'm saying? Well, see, I'm gonna just walk on my knees because I have to be short.
Wow.
Yeah, because Conceited ain't but.
Shade is thrown.
I've only seen him on TV, so I don't really know.
Doesn't get much taller.
Well,
the size you've seen him on the TV is the size that he equates to. You'll have to click him up, put it right there. Just.
Conceited is kind of short.
Oh, not kind of.
Kind of.
So he's shorter than her. She's like 5'2".
Yeah, he about your height.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. Hey, power couple, money moves. So, whatever.
Hey, Kobe, you better shoot your shot.
And I just had my Kobe, so that is my shot. Okay. You know what?
Respect. Happy belated.
You didn't get that?
No, how am I supposed to get? I just had a Kobe.
I just had a Kobe.
Does she know the father? No, just one kid, you named him Kobe. That could have been it.
So, BDaht, how did you work on assembling the people that you would have with you?
Bean, I knew I had to use, not necessarily because of the WSSU affiliation. When I first started, Bean was the only one that was legit doing stand-up. Okay. Like, he was in the comedy club, he was hosting every night, he was doing his own thing, and I've always respected Bean. Like, out of the four of us, he is the most seasoned. As far as I'm concerned, he's the most talented. The way he thinks, the way he it's not a secret where he is. Right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, legit, like, I see him and I'm like, that's what he's supposed to be, bro, Sean. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I knew I had to rock with him. Drankins, I knew I had to rock with Drankins because he's just so ratchet. Yeah. He's just so ratchet, man. And like, I come with a real witty. Like, my dynamic, I'm just witty. Like, I'm real big on wordplay. I'm really big on jokes that make you think and be like, oh, did he say that? That's crazy. That's me. Drankins is just, I'm gonna say it right in your face, just like that. And he was the yin to my yang personally, and I like that. Brand was the king of A&T. At that time, I was the king of Winston Salem State. Well, I had graduated, but I was still over here doing announcing, hosting everything, and that type of deal. So, annual class. That was off the train. But so I still had a big presence here. He had a huge presence at A&T, and just very selfishly, I knew I wanted that audience. So I knew I wanted to work with him. When we first started, a guy by the name of Berkey was also on our roster. And Berkey was over at A&T, but Berkey and Brand were friends, so Brand sort of brought Berkey in. Okay. I sort of brought 50 in, who was my friend, and what's that, 4, 5, 6 of us. We just became family. I mean, like, literally, like, staying in each other's houses, like, our kids and each other's nieces and nephews. Like, it's really, really that type of brotherhood. Like, and then we got Charles, our manager, and that's just how it goes.
So y'all was able to cook that thing up.
Yeah. And then Bert felt like he could do better by himself, so he quit. Okay. And then he went on and did his own thing, and honestly, he's been real successful though. You know, he's been on television, he's been on some episodes, and when we do shows and stuff, like we've been able to mend whatever grievances we had about that situation. So now when we're traveling and stuff, and there's an opening, the Bean can't make a show, or somebody can't make a show, he comes through and he sets the stage on fire for us. So it's still all love, man. It's that HBCU love, man. Y'all know how it is, man. Y'all seniors, right? So like, y'all know how you come in as a freshman, you really don't know what's going on. By the time you're seeing, you make connections with people that you never even thought you'd make connections with. That's how it goes, man. That's what college is for, dog, to make connections. So stay here till you get it right, man. As long as you got that university umbrella protecting you, stay up under that, John. For real. For real. It's the thin line between staying until you get it right and not jumping because you're nervous or uncertain. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, sometimes you don't get to make that choice. Sometimes that choice is made for you. Like honestly, like I love being a PA announcer here. Everybody knows that. That is never debated. But being pushed out of that situation opened up so many other doors that I never even would have tried to go get if I would have been comfortable in that position. You know what I'm saying? So like, just understand that like, doors close, stuff happens, and like you might feel like your world is over, but I'm telling you, man, your setback is just for a stronger comeback every single time, dog. Every single time. Like I used to beg to come over here. Like I miss coming over here so much. So now to be able to come back on the 24th and get paid to do what I love to do, and like and be welcome. Like now to be able to walk around the track in Bowman Gray and dap up Chancellor Robinson and hug Tanya and wave at Shalee and Heather and go up in the press box and tell my guys, I miss y'all. Y'all keep like. I have a tattoo. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that.
Like I have a tattoo. Like everything that I have is because of this school, right? So from the way it felt that I was viewed, or I didn't like that. Regardless of the position or any of that, just the way I was viewed, I never want to be viewed as somebody that wants to put a negative light on this school ever. You know what I'm saying? So to be put in that, and I'm still doing damage control. Like there's still people like trust and believe, and my wife fusses at me all the time, but trust and believe, when I was going through that little spell, I saw every comment.
Okay.
I read every Facebook post. I read every side mention. I read everything. So I know who talk, they talk. I know who is, it's about time. And I saw all of those. And there were people who said things about me who I really held in a high regard. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for them to sort of have that perspective of me because of that situation, I'm still in damage control trying to repair that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's not a situation where I get to go back and like, oh, forget you, I can't believe you would treat me like that. They felt hurt by what I did. So from that perspective, if it's that important to me, it's my job to mend that. You know what I'm saying? So
and look how you stepped on that topic right there, because I know it's probably still people thought was going through.
Absolutely. And that will be addressed on the 24th as well.
Hello.
So be there. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And then speaking of like going out to LA and all that type of stuff, so how did the whole Wildin' Out experience come up? And like a side question to that, what is the thing that you felt that you got the most from it, that you was inspired the most by going out there?
First question is relationships. Again, WSSU relationships. When I went to Winston-Salem State, my homegirl Dolly Sierra, she went to Winston-Salem State. She was under me. She's from Lexington. And she went on to New York and was Nick Cannon's personal assistant. For like 6-7 years, she was his personal assistant. And she gave us the word that Nick was putting Wildin' Out back. He was bringing back Wildin' Out. And we was like, yo, you got to get us an audition. She was like, but they only auditioning in New York and Atlanta. So I was like, man, come on, man, we got to do something. So me and Bean were going to drive to one, but she was like, listen, while we're driving from New York to Atlanta, I'm going to get him to stop in Charlotte. And y'all just come to Charlotte and audition.
That's crazy.
And I bombed and blew it.
Like how bad did you bomb it? Was it like your nerves just,
or was it like jokes weren't hitting?
Both, but it had nothing to do with nerves. It was just jokes were not hitting. I'm talking about opposite of hitting.
Okay.
A swing and a miss. A swing and a miss. It was horrible. Like, but what happened was, I had already gone to New York and performed for Nick. I had performed at Gotham Comedy Club, and Nick was there, and I smashed. I killed. And so on the way to Charlotte, I was just in my mind. I was like, yo, Dolly got us this interview. Nick done seen me kill. Like, I ain't gotta do, like, this is just particulars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really just going ahead and be like, yo, what's up, when you want me to come to New York? For real, like that, but it was a bravado that I had at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those joints where, hey, God will humble you. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like, He will humble you. For me to, like, even in that situation with me losing my job, right? For me to jump out there and say, listen, if y'all elect somebody, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah. For
me to have the gall, right? To think that I could jump out there and say that, a humbling needed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because if I wouldn't have gotten in trouble for that, or if nothing would have happened from that, then why do I stop talking like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, so a humbling will happen. So when I went up there, I had this bravado, like, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got up there and there was like maybe 40 other people auditioning. And like, I never forgot, I went in the room, and I'm standing there, and it's Nick, and it's Dorian, and it's some other producers, and it's a guy right here with a camera. And I'm standing there.
We in the room right now.
Yeah, I'm a master. Okay, so I'm sitting here, and Nick says, all right, so look in the camera, say your name, where you from, So I get that, and then he's like, all right, well, why should you be on Wildin' Out? My answer, because this is what I do, baby. I be wildin' out.
That was.
Yeah.
And you thought that was gonna go?
No, but I didn't think that I was auditioning. I just thought we was just like, this is what I do, bro. Like, I be wilding out, bro. Like, what you do?
What'd he say?
They all said what you just said, and what y'all just said, nothing.
So it was dead silent.
Dead silent.
That's embarrassing.
That's when my heart started beating.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
alright.
oh, no, you in the ring.
Yeah.
So like, you need to dad go. So they was like, all right. So let's play one of the games we play on the show. There's a wilding out girl right there. Okay. Walk up to her and give her let me holler line. So I'm like, all right. So I walk over to the invisible girl and I say, Dang, my bad, I'm having a brain fart, my bad.
It's fine.
No, this is what I was saying. I'm not having a brain fart right now, nigga. This is what I was saying in the audition. This is what I was saying in the audition. Are y'all keeping up? Is this interview over?
Hold on.
Because that audition it was a rap.
So
we thought you was having a brain fart right now.
Yeah. So this is what you've been up in there and hold on, Doc. Did you get hold on. So at any other interview that you do or any audition, you don't rehearse for it, try to.
Absolutely.
But he said he wasn't humble. He was like, this is particular.
Absolutely.
This is a life lesson right here.
Facts.
Humble.
No, you ain't got to the life lesson.
Oh, dude, it's still more?
Oh no, this is about over. This part is about over.
Okay.
So they just look and they just like, all right, well, are there any impersonations you do?
I'm not ready.
I don't even remember what impersonation I did, but I just remember whatever it was afterwards. It was just no. Because I used to do these characters on the radio, these prank phone calls, and I had this character, Lil Prison, right? And the people love Lil Prison because Lil Prison was this ex-con who just used to always rap, right? So I'm like, yeah, I got this character that I do on the radio. It's called Lil Prison, son, and he be rapping, son, and he got bars, son. And then just same crickets. And I'm talking about, I'm like, yo, and I'm watching myself, and all I'm thinking, I swear to God, all I'm thinking is, this damn camera is rolling, and they are gonna play this crap with the bloopers and stuff like for the auditions that didn't work. Oh my God, and they're gonna kill me in Winston State. That's the whole thing. They're gonna kill me. God, we saw you on TV, Super Bowl. And that's when I start getting like, because that's when you start thinking about all the people that's rooting for you, and like all the people that you're about to let down. And I'm walking out the room, and Bean is walking in right after me. And I'm talking about the door closes. It's not 8 seconds, y'all. Like, I'm still in walking distance of the room, and I just hear eruptions of laughter. I'm talking about just non-stop laughter. Just laughter coming from the room. Bean is in here killing me. I said, oh my God, yo. We get in the car, we're driving back, and I'm talking about, like, I am sick. I'm talking about tears, eyes filled with tears. Like, I'm a grown man, eyes filled with tears. And Bean is on the phone with his people, and he not trying to be too excited. But
exactly, you know what I mean?
I'm on the phone with my wife, and I'm not trying to be too sad. Yeah, great. No, Bean's going. No, I just don't think so. I just don't think it's gonna work for me. No, I just don't think this was meant for me. No, God knows for me. This one wasn't for me. No. So Bean goes up the first year, he smashes, and like he's calling me and he's telling me like, he's like, Doc, man, this right here, this is nothing but freestyle funny. This is the same stuff we do. Like we rehearse the same way, everything, man. Like, you gotta audition next year. You have to audition again. And I was like, man, I just don't know, man. He was like, you have to audition again, dog. So I was like, all right, just let me know when auditions are. So the first season went by, and I felt sick because the whole time this season is going on, the first season with being on there, I felt like I let my dude down. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in New York by himself around a bunch of strangers. Like, Trinity, he knows everybody now, but at that time, he didn't know any of them. He didn't know Nick, he didn't know Lowe's, he didn't know Con, none of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was supposed to be his security blanket. We brothers. So for me to go to Charlotte and bomb, I felt like I super left him hanging, and I apologize for him being on show. But the next season, they had auditions in LA. There wasn't no accommodations and none of that foolishness. So I flew myself out to LA on a one-way ticket. And I was like, yo, man, like, I had some folks who stayed out there and they was letting me sleep on their couch. And I was like, I don't know when I'm going to come back. I don't know when I'm coming back, but I'm not getting a round trip and then be like, well, I gotta go back on Tuesday. So nah, like, I'm gonna just go out here, and if I don't make it and I go back Tuesday, fine. But if I have to stay longer, I'm willing and able to do that. And I went out there, and I'll never forget when I went to the auditions, Nick walked in and he was like, dang, you back? And I was like, heck yeah, I'm back. I was like, I was like, I just told him something like, heck yeah, I'm bad. Like, there's no way I was gonna let you. You know what I'm saying? You weren't gonna see me like that. Wasn't the last time you was gonna see me like bombing, like eating a doodle sandwich. I'm sorry. I usually have a phrase I say with that.
Yeah, you couldn't get it. It's
but golly, I wasn't gonna eat a D twice. You know what I'm saying? So I went in there and I killed, super killed, fried everybody in that room, destroyed in the wild styles. Nick was super impressed. We had a great time. They gave me a 3-year contract.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
inserts and claps right here.
Insert, what's the show? Insecure.
We grown out here, people.
Stupid, man. But the second part of your question, what was the biggest thing? Was it just gave me national recognition. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like it got, and that was weird. Like the first season that happened, I remember I was in Dallas at the All-Star game, and nobody could recognize me from Wild 'N Out yet. And I was just I was out there and I was just chilling. This dude was like, yo, you that dude from Wild 'N Out? And I'm like, yeah. I am that. But it was cool though, man. Like that's always though, man. It's because for years I've been getting noticed from 102 and you do it from the radio, So like first, whenever somebody like, yo, you look familiar, the first thing I always say is 102. And a lot of times now when folks say, nah, I'm like, Wild 'N Out? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, man, thanks, Nick. Then sometimes now folks be like, nah, not Wild 'N Out. I'm like, Hood Jason? And like, yeah, I seen you on that show with Jason. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm just just building, man, just keep growing, and man, just keep trying to get on more shows and be more brave, and just keep representing the university well, man.
That's what's up. And how was the whole Hood Jason thing? I saw like little parts of that. It was really dope. It was hilarious.
Did you see the episode I was in?
Yes,
that was a true story that actually happened. Like the Crip walks into our set. I will talk about this on the 24th in the KR Wood because this is a true story. If you have not seen Hood Jason, matter of fact, if you haven't seen it, go find it on ComedyCentral.com. Comedy Central. Go find Hood Jason and check out the very first episode.
What is like some advice that you would give to any entertainers, other comedians, anybody trying to come up in that limelight type spectrum?
Here at State?
Here at State.
Here at State, my first thing, man, if you can't grab State. Okay. Legit, man. Like HBCUs are the toughest critics. They're the toughest crowd because we don't play that.
Hockey.
HBCUs, we all young and urban. I won't say black. We all young and urban, and young and urban don't care about your feelings. Young and urban want to have a good time all the time. So if you're not helping us have a good time, you're hindering our good time. If you're hindering our good time, we're gonna have a good time. And if the good time is booing you off the stage, then that's what the good time's gonna be. So like from that perspective, like I honed so many skills that I use to this day, hosting mosaic shows and talent shows and like just being able to have crowd control. Like me, I'm gonna work this stage. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanna talk to you. You feel me? Did you hear me in the back? You understand? Like I'm all over here. And that came from that KR Williams stage. Like I'm so comfortable on that stage. I can legit come on that stage blindfolded. I know how many steps it is from that back dressing room to the middle of the stage. Like I've just been on there so many times, like, and just having to work that room. Like if you get you in the center of that room if you want to, the balcony gonna go crazy, over here about to go crazy beside the DJ. I don't even know how they let people beside the DJ. Cut! Why are these people beside you? Trail, get the motherfucker around. I'm telling you, like so, like working that. So anybody that want to be an entertainer, whether it's rapper, singer, dancer, comedian, artist, actor, whatever it is, dog, like. Here's first. And like this is the best place to do it because what happens is all of these people leave and go forth and speak about the greatness that is you. Like me posting that we finally are doing a homecoming comedy show. Like it's so many different walks of life, man. Like you got people that are freshmen, sophomores that have just heard about BDaht and who he was and they're interested for that. And then you got folks in that same group that love Wild 'N Out, so they know Brand, they know me, they know Bean, so they happy for that. They know Conceited, they happy about that. Then you got older alumni that's like, yo, like. You back, that's dope. Finally, all is well again at WSSU because I'm synonymous with this place. You know what I'm saying? And I branded myself to be synonymous with this place. So when it was awkward for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's one thing for people to see me on the yard, they're like, oh, Dot might be straight, but everybody knows for Dot to be doing the comedy show, it must be over.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it must be, whoever had a problem, they can't be there no more if Dot is doing the comedy show. It's that type vibe. So it's all those walks of life and all those different people all there for a great freaking time, man. So like, I tell people in college all the time, man, if you rap, yeah, what school you go to, A&T? Do they know you rap at A&T? Like, is anybody at the gym jams like, yo, play Cee Cee track. Cee Cee got the hottest. Is anybody saying that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they're not, I'm talking about the videographer hit me with it. All I'm saying, Cee Cee, is if you want to be the next Cardi B,
okay,
the #1 record in the world,
come on.
If you want it, you gotta start here.
True. Rapping is not really my thing.
No, I'm just saying for anybody that for real. But like, even what y'all doing with this, man, like if this is what y'all want to do, like y'all need to be known for this.
Yeah.
Y'all need to be interviewing everybody that will let y'all interview. Like when you got people like me here who has influence and who's in that realm, you need to be pitching your podcast and what y'all do. And like I've legit enjoyed this interview. Like it's certain things about interviews too. Like y'all didn't come, I can tell y'all have questions, but y'all also allow me to just chill and just let me talk. And that is the most important thing about an interview, right? Like, and most people don't understand that. People that interview, they want to shine. They want to, hey, I was asking a tough question. Nah, you don't have to do that. Just ask what you know people want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just sit back and let them talk. And when they done talking, then you come back in. Not cutting people off and, cause I got a question, I know it. Well,
But just to wrap it up before we start playing the
Never Have I Ever
game, who is your favorite comedian, and like what inspired you about them to start being like think it was funny or trying to be a comedian?
Martin Lawrence. Martin is my favorite. He's the GOAT. Just sneaking to watch him on Def Comedy Jam because I wasn't even supposed to be watching that, and just seeing the way he could control the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's dope that he is my favorite, and for him on his TV show to have his own morning show, and for me to have my own morning show, like it's just, you know, those similarities. Like,
he got a morning show.
Who?
He has a morning show.
On his show, Martin.
What's up?
What's up?
Oh, I thought you said like now he has a morning show.
No, on the show, Martin.
Oh.
His show.
Was it? Okay, sorry. Got it.
You got it?
Yeah. Cut that out.
No, we're leaving that in.
Leave that in. He's got a radio show?
And we're gonna put a question mark like across the top of your head.
Man, just sit there. Nah, but Martin, man. Martin, like he until like, I've been a little disappointed in Martin lately. Like I saw him on the Def Jam anniversary joint, Def Comedy Jam anniversary joint. And I just wanted more from Martin. Like I just know the type of comedian he is, and just know how funny he is. So to see him sort of now being like a shell of himself, like that's a little disappointing to me. But Martin in his prime, man, like it was nobody better. I don't give a damn. Like there was nobody better than that guy, man. Like he's GOAT. So yeah.
Martin. Yeah, he had them fresh kicks on every
episode. All of them did though. Now the first person, now just to keep it a buck, just to give y'all a little history, because and I have to do this because I got a chance to meet this cat. I was out of LA kicking with one of my homies, Shalik's good friend, Ninth Wonder, and we were over at the house, and now I'm really having a brain fart. Different World. No, dude, glasses. Kadeem Hardison, right? He's over at the house. He's telling us all these stories about just different world stories, like Shalik. Oh my God, it was so dope. Like just hearing behind us, like you know, y'all familiar with Different World?
Yeah, that's our favorite show.
Y'all remember the scene, of course, where he come in and break up Willie when she about to get married. All right, he told us how that whole scene went down, like, because he said he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to. Because in real life, he said he would never come down the aisle and break up a marriage and something like that. So like he didn't want to do it. So like when he's on the he said he had toured with her all night. Early that day, him and Whitley were talking, and he was just telling her like how he was really not want to do it. And she was like, well, listen, we have to at least do it one take. You know what I'm saying? Like if you that much don't want to do it, then we can try to do something else. But we have to do one take up. So they went out there, and that scene when he's screaming like, please, like he was supposed to have some other lines. But he didn't do it. He said he couldn't get those lines out. And Jasmine Guy was looking at him, and she knew how bad that he was just trying to get out of that scene. So him screaming, please, was not even in the script. He's really telling Jasmine, please say your lines for real so that we can get the hell up out of this scene. For real. And like, now when I watch that scene, go back and watch that scene, man. Like, you can see him like pleading with her for real in real life, but it just is captured in that moment.
That is crazy. That's my favorite.
It was so dope. But he was also telling me like he was the first person ever to like get Jordans shipped to him, and he said that he's like, I was the first person on TV to ever just rock Jordans. He's like, when I got the show, and if you do the timestamp on when shows drop, like he's legit. He was like, he'd never forget. Like, cause they told him, you can get whatever shoes you want, blah, 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 blah. He's like, all right, I want Jordans. I want them sent to the station there, So he's like, all right, so they would send them. He's like, but they would always send his Jordans to wardrobe. He said they sent them all white 5s. But on camera, y'all know, we're all white, you know what I'm saying? So the producers sprayed some foolishness on his all white 5s. That dude said he walked up in there and they brought him his Jordans. He said he ain't never spazzed on a set like that before. He's super blank. Who messed up my blah? And they so clueless. They're like, what?
Yeah, they don't know.
This is what?
These are Jordans.
These are J's, bro.
These don't drop till next week. But that was just a little.
Hopefully you got another pair. Like,
Oh, absolutely. Probably sent that day or picked up that day. Like,
goals out here.
and something else that was dope about that. He said he's never watched an episode of Different World live. Never. He said when the show would air, he would go to the movies. It came on Thursdays. Every Thursday.
So.
Said he couldn't watch himself. He said he couldn't watch himself. Said he would cringe the whole time he watched. He said he doesn't watch episodes. It's only like 3 episodes he's watched all the way through. Every season of Different World.
How many seasons is there altogether?
He's only watched 3 episodes. He said he can't watch them. It just make him just feel weird looking at himself on television.
Does it make you feel weird?
Nah. I critique myself the whole time.
Okay.
Like I'm just sitting there like, damn man, why are you sitting there holding your mouth like that? Why didn't you say something like that? Damn, you should have delivered that. It's nerve wracking. Like it's a nervous type feeling to know that everybody's legit watching you right now all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he said that's how he felt. Like he was like it was the #1 show on television. He knew everybody was watching, so the nerves of everybody watching he couldn't deal with it. So he would go to the movies every Thursday. I say every Thursday for a whole season. Nigga, I hope you had a movie pass.
Okay.
God damn.
They're like, you on TV right now. Like, what are you doing here?
Love that episode. How do you feel about that?
But that's crazy. That show's just a little fat right there.
That is crazy. That's dope. That's a dope
That's
show. I would have never.
Yeah.
I would have never.
That's how I felt sitting there listening to him. And then after that, Knife Wonder sat down and made like 2 beats. And then Rhapsody came in and showed us what she was winning to the Grammys. That was one hell of a night. That was a great
He
night.
sat there and made
2 beats right in front of us. Just showing us how it works.
Did you record that?
Yeah, I did, as a matter of fact.
I need to.
I put it on my Snap. If I can find it on my Snap, if it ain't too broken, my memories, I'll show you when we get done. Like, for real, like, just sitting there watching him, watching the genius.
Just go. It's amazing.
Yeah, like, like, legit, like, it's unreal. Like,
It's crazy.
he's a super talented brother. He does not get the respect.
Oh, yeah, that's
He
right.
does not.
But that's him, though. He, like, if he carried himself like Kanye, he would. Like, if he was a cat who wanted to be dancing all in the videos, and, but he's so ninth wonder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's so... They don't need to see me. The music speaks for itself.
That's fact.
Like, it's like, nah, if they do need to see you in this era, they do. They need to put a face with it.
They do.
Nah, the music speaks for it. He's so
I mean, when we were at the sneaker ball,
I saw pictures of that.
murdered. He did this one spin when he played back. It was like he was playing from record. He was like, boom. I said, yo, he about to play back that. I said, how did he even blend that? It was.
And you know he got the freshest foot game in producing.
Time of my life.
Yeah.
His shoe game is like as far as producers go, as far as a lot of people go, but like in the producer realm, like I don't know if there's anybody seen Nike on Jordan 2. Like,
I'm gonna tell
He
you.
had on some slight work. He just had
man,
on
he just,
one.
Oh yeah,
Like,
so he
He was mad cool. I think the best part of that night was I was trying to snap, and when he said he mixed it into back that, I was still snapping.
while she was
Work
twerking.
hard, sweat dripping, and I don't even like now dance at parties. I'm like, my 2 cup, you know what I'm saying, do the thing. But it was like I did the Harlem Shake all
Battling
night.
people.
Tobacco that's
Oh no.
Oh, okay, like that.
Now Harlem Shake to any song. Any song. I was in there. I was battling people I did not know. I
Legit.
fro out, done shrunk up because it done got wet by sweat. You know.
Respect.
Rhapsody came out of nowhere.
Rap came out of nowhere.
I was just like, where did she come from?
Actually, though,
Fire cut.
I think that's why Sassy's still my favorite record.
is that your one?
Yeah.
Respect. That's the one that they really want to pick up. Like, Knife really wants that one to be her daggone. Because I be telling Knife, man, because they be so anti-radio with theirs. So, like, you know, I just want to. Let me help you, bro. Give me one. I can't, man. I can't. Please. The fourth man is the Freestyle Funny Comedy Show. Is right there on the shirt.
Okay. Marketing.
The son is me, Brand, Drink, and of course Bean. Conceited gonna be there, man. It's gonna be a very good time. My bro Alton Ray, aka 50, he gonna be hosting, doing his thing up there too, man. It's gonna be dope, man. We're gonna have a real good time. Got a lot of surprises. I've already been in contact with a couple of some people in some key organizations and groups around here to make sure that we get everything. But I'm telling you, what time show start? 7:30.
7.
At 7 o'clock.
You're giving that wrong time to y'all.
But possibly might start at 7:30.
Nah, that's my point. 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, we kicking it off. Period. If you get there, I'm telling you, if you get there at 7:15, you're gonna be to miss so much of the show. You're gonna be sick.
Drop the message.
There
it is.